It's time for another Dirty Story Night. That is competitive erotic fanfiction from the good people at iabdpresents.com. That's It's All Been Done, Entertainment Network. Before we begin, we want to highlight another one of the programs on the network, and that's Amanda's Picture Show A Go-Go. It used to be called The Oscars Are My Super Bowl. Now it's called Amanda's Picture Show A Go-Go. No worries about copyright with the new title. That is a great movie discussion podcast where Amanda sits down with some friends, and at least one of them hasn't seen the movie, and they talk about it for a while and get into some deep analysis. It's really good. It comes out twice a week on Wednesdays and Saturdays. So subscribe on iTunes or other podcast services, and go to iabdpresents.com to find all the past episodes. Now enjoy the latest episode of Dirty Story Night, which is the third place, and that would be me, Jerome, talking about the creepy angel that sits up at the top of Mad Lab Theater. Yeah, whatever.
That's a bonus point. That's good.
I'm not a voice actor. It was quiet at Mad Lab. The party was over and everyone had gone home. One lone figure was doing a last check around the theater, making sure the place was cleaned up and put away before going home for the night. Walking through the middle of the dark stage, a scratching sound startled Stephen Woosley. He stopped, looking around him, but didn't see anything. Perhaps it was the copious amounts of vodka he consumed. Or maybe he just missed Colleen, who had been feeling ill and uncharacteristically stayed home for the evening. Either way, I'm sorry. She needed to not be here for this. Either way.
Laura, you don't have any lines in this.
Either way, he doubted there was anything there.
For that. Stop talking.
But then the scratching sound came again. Now he realized it had come from above him. Looking up at the rafters, he didn't see anything, which was odd. He should have seen something. The angel was gone. Scratching again, Stephen spun around. There it stood, fingers outstretched like claws, a villainous look upon its face. Had he been a Doctor Who fan, he would have been terrified. Instead, he was just confused.
How'd you get down here?
He asked.
And why do you look like that?
A wave of dizziness from the vodka hit him, and he closed his eyes for just a second. When he opened them, the angel was inches from his face.
Whoa.
Said Woos. He closed his eyes again, which was a fatal mistake. In a second, the angel had ripped Woosley's pants to his ankles and lifted his own robe, exposing a gigantic granite groin ferret.
What in the hell?
Breathed Woos. And as his eyes closed, the stiff stake drove into his puckered poop chute, ramming further up than he would have thought possible. Blink, the penis pulled out. Blink, it drove in again. Blink out. Blink in. Had Woos been a little less drunk, he probably would have figured out the angel could only move when he wasn't watching it directly. As it was, he just kept grimacing in pain, not realizing that his eyes closing involuntarily was what was allowing the rape to occur.
Help me! Somebody!
Woos yelled.
I've got you.
Said Greg McGill, bursting in the door like some kind of studly superhero. He took in the sight in front of him and considered it thoughtfully.
Sorry. I should give you some privacy.
No!
Yelled Woos desperately.
Get this stimulated statue out of my bum palace.
Oh, okay.
Said Greg, who walked over and very calmly pulled the statue away. He winced at the loud pop as the penis disengaged from its stinky holster.
Hey man, don't worry. I won't tell anyone. Whatever you're into is cool with me, but how'd you get him down from the rafters?
I don't know. Let's just get out of here.
Said Woos. Together the two walked out, each casting wary glances back often enough to keep the angel from following. No sooner had they exited the theater than two figures emerged from the shadows, laughing their asses off, having been holding in their merriment for so long.
God, that was hilarious!
Said Nicholas Ratcliffe.
No, he did not realize we'd replace his angel with a science fiction villain from another dimension.
Agreed, James Packer.
What a dum-dum. His is styrofoam. It couldn't do all that.
Said Ratcliffe.
Should we get the angel home?
Asked Packer.
In a minute. First, I want to try it out.
Said Ratcliffe.
Aren't you worried about diseases?
Silly pea. You can't get VD from a statue.
Said Ratcliffe, dropping his drawers and bending over as he cheekily yelled.
Don't watch.
Yeah.